Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. I hope you are doing all your studies and all your classworks, all your homeworks, everything properly. Good, do the same. And meanwhile you do your homework, classwork, you have a small revision. Every day you spend half an hour or you spend 1 hour for revising your previous classes. That is, you are going to start from our unit 1. So just start from unit 1, just go on revising. You may have a surprise test, so you should be ready with all your answers. Okay children? Okay. So do not waste your time. You have to just do your studies properly. Plan, have a timetable, allot times for different subjects and do your work. Today we are going to continue with our exercise 3.11. And in exercise 3.11, we have seen completing the square method. That is, we have seen how to solve the sum or how to solve the equation using completing the square method. And also we have seen by a method that is called a formula method. So we have seen two methods and we just started with the formula method. We have completed the first subpart. And I have given you the second and the third subpart as homework. So we are going to continue with sum number 4. Let's start our sum. So take down exercise 3.11, question number 2, subpart 4. Okay. Take down the question. 36y square minus 12ay plus a square minus b square is equal to 0. So this is the question. So take down your question children. I hope you have all your classworks ready. You would have written the date. Yes children? Okay, so after writing your day, taking your classwork, put the date and then continue with the exercise 3.11. So just write the number as question number 4, that is question number 2, subpart 4, sum. 36y square minus 12ay plus a square minus b square is equal to 0. So we are going to use quadratic formula method. So we are going to solve here using formula method. I hope you people remember the formula. Yes, give me the formula children. Yes, it's minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. What is the formula used? Minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So this is the formula method that we are going to apply and we are going to get the unknown variable. What is the unknown variable over here? Yes, we are going to find out the value for, it's y. You are going to find out the value for y. So let us find out the value for y. So what is the first step? Yes, we are going to find out the value for a, b and c. What is the form of quadratic expression? It is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So we are going to compare this equation and this equation and we are going to get the value for a, we are going to get the value for b and also we are going to get the value for c. What is the form of quadratic equation? It ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Is it clear children? Okay, shall we start with the step? Okay, let's write on the step here. Here a is equal to 36. B is equal to minus 12a. See, I told you that we are going to use the variable y. So wherever you just have to leave y and take the remaining part as b. So b is equal to minus 12a. And what is the c? C is the whole constant term. See here? Plus c. So whole part. Yes. So c is equal to a square minus b square. I'll put here c is equal to a square minus b square. Is it clear children? So I'll repeat. how we are finding A. So A is 36. What is B? So B is the part with the y term. So what is with the y term, or what is the coefficient of y? Minus 12a. What is C? C is equal to a square minus b square. That is a constant term. So always remember this expression. So if you remember this expression, it is easy to find out the value for A, find out the value for B, and also to find out the C. So do not get confused and do not miss out any term. So there is a chance of missing A here. So you may feel, oh, it would be minus 12, but it's not minus 12, it is minus 12a. Again, these are the minor mistakes that you may make when you do the sum. So be careful with the coefficients, because only we need x, yes, the only x should be left. So whatever is with x, that is b. So what is with here in place of x, what we have here? Y. So what is with y? Minus 12a. So a is 36, b is equal to minus 12a, and c is equal to a square minus b square. Okay, let's go for the next step. So now we are going to write the formula. So now here, instead of x, we have the variable y. So you are going to write as y is equal to, do not write x is equal to, we will take the variable. Okay, so y is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So what is the value for y? Minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So now we are going to substitute the value for b, a and c, and we are going to get the value for y. So let's go for the substitution part. So this is equal to minus, be careful children, minus, yes, minus, what is b? Minus 12a plus minus, then b square minus 4ac. What is b square? Minus 12a the whole square minus 4ac. 4 into 36 into, what's that? A square minus b square will be taken together. A square minus b square upon 2a, that is 2 into 36. Have you taken down children? Just what we have done, I have just substituted the value for a, b and c. So when you substitute the value for c, just put it in bracket. Do not write the terms without bracket. You have to put the value for c in bracket so that we can expand it and we can solve it. Okay, now let's open the bracket. So let's try to find out the answer. So what do you get here? This is equal to minus minus 12a, that is minus minus plus 12a. Okay, plus minus, so keep it as plus minus, done. Square root of, let's try to simplify this. 12 12s are, you have written the square, yes children? So what is 12 12s are? It's 144. Yes, 144. And what you have along with 12? It's a. So a into a square. Minus minus plus. So you get 144 a square. So you get 144 a square. Okay. Now let's try to open this bracket, children. What is 36 into 4? 6 4s are 24, 12 and 14. So 144 again here. So now let's see. I'll have one more step, no problem. Minus, and I'll just write this answer, minus 144 a square minus b square upon 2 into 36. It's 72. 6 to the 12, 172. Okay. So this is equal to, now let me open this bracket. So 12a plus minus square root of, I'm just going slow, so understand the step carefully children. So 12a plus minus 144a square. Okay, now see, minus, I'm just going to open this bracket. So minus 144 into a square minus 144a square Minus minus, it's plus, okay. And 144 into b square. See here, we have a minus sign common. So this minus and 144 is common. It goes to both, okay. This and this is together. So minus 144 into a square is minus 144a square. Minus minus plus. So 144 into b square, 144 b square upon 72. Is it clear, children? I hope you are clear with the step. Shall I do the explanation once again? Okay, let's see here. So 12a plus minus, minus minus plus. 12 12s are 144 a square, okay, minus 4 into 36, 144 a square minus b square upon 72. So 12a plus minus square root of 144 a square minus, when you open the bracket you get like this, minus 144 into a square is minus 144 a square, minus minus is plus, and 144 into b square is 144 b square. Now see here, the first and the second term gets cancelled because they are the same term, 144 a square minus 144 a square. So now what is left here? 144 b square upon 72. So this is equal to 12a plus minus 144 b square upon 72. Yes. So this is equal to, what is the square root of 144? We know that 144 is 12 into 12. That means 12a plus minus square root of 144 is 12. And what is square root of b square? It's b upon 72. Are you clear with the step, children? Yes. So just I am finding the square root of 144 b square. It's 12b. So 12a plus minus 12b upon 72. So now what are we going to do? Let's see. I hope the step is clear till here. Okay, let's go for the next step. Okay. So first 12a plus minus 12b. Yes. So what I do is I just break the signs. So I get here y. We have taken y, yes. So y is equal to 12a plus. So first I am taking a plus sign and then I will take the minus sign. So 12a plus 12b upon 72, or y is equal to. So first I have taken the plus sign and now I am going to take the minus sign. So 12a minus 12b upon 72. Clear? So what is y? So y is equal to 12a plus. So first we are going to take this plus sign and then you are going to take a minus sign. So now let's try to simplify the answer. Now 12a plus 12b, yes children. So don't do any cancellation directly. We cannot cut anything because this is in a form of sum. If you have a multiplication together, we can do. If you have a multiplication sign, we can do some cancellation. But here what is the sign used? Plus. So we cannot cancel anything, okay. So what are you going to do? First of all, we are going to take the common part. So y is equal to, what is common here? 12 is common, okay. What is left here? A. And what is left here? B. And what is the sign? Plus. So plus a, that is 12 taken common. What is left? A plus b upon 72. Similarly, go for the next one. So this will be, or y is equal to, again 12 can be taken common, a minus b. 12 is taken common. So when I take 12 common, what is left here? A. And what is left here? B upon 72. So 12 ones are 12, 6 are good. 12 5s are 60, 12 6 are 72. Again here 12 ones are 12 6 are. So you get y is equal to a plus b upon 6, or y is equal to a minus b upon 6. So we have found the value for y. So y is equal to a plus b upon 6 or a minus b upon 6. So this is the required answer. I hope the sum is clear to you. Yes, children? Yes. Okay. I'll just give you the hint for the third sum. The third sum will be your homework. You are going to take the third sum as homework. So mark third sum as homework. Exercise 3.11 is homework. Exercise 3.11, the third sum is your homework. I'll give you a hint how to follow up your sum because it is in a form of word problem. So we are going to make the equation and we are going to get the answer. So you are going to apply a formula method here and you are going to get the answer. Okay, children? Have you taken down the sum? Okay. So just listen, no need to copy the third question because that is your homework. I'll be just explaining to you how to proceed your answer. A ball rolls down a slope. So a ball is rolling down from a slope and travels a distance d is equal to t square minus 0.75 t. So what is the value for d? T square minus 0.75 t feet in t seconds. That's the distance traveled in t seconds. Find the time when the distance traveled by the ball is 11.25 feet. So you have to find the time. So what is the thing here we are going to do? We are going to find out the value for t. So let's see how to check the answer, how to proceed the answer. What is the equation given? D is equal to t square minus 0.75. Yeah, this is given 75t. Okay. And also they are saying that you have to find the time when the distance traveled is 11.25 feet. So distance is 11.25 is equal to t square minus 0.75 t. So bring everything on one side. So t square minus 0.75 t minus, so take this to this side, minus 11.25 is equal to 0. Clear, children? Okay. So here a will be 1. What will be b? Minus 0.75. And what will be c? Minus 11.25. So you have to just apply it in the formula and get the answer. If you have any doubt regarding the sum, you can just say to us so that when we have a doubt clearing sessions, I'll clear your doubts over here. Here is just simple. This the sum may looks complicated, but only the thing here is you have to just substitute in the formula method. You have to solve all the different types of sum. So put b square minus 4ac, so you apply it. You will get a value over here. And if you are not able to take the square root directly, you have to use a long division method that we have used for our square root. Do you remember the sums? Yes, we have done, you know, we have to take a pair and we do. Yes, I hope you remember. So I just want you to recollect the things that we have done previously. So you just refer to that long division method that we have used for finding the square root. And you're going to apply it and get the answer. So I'm just giving you the hint. So you are going to make, this is the equation. So the equation is t square minus 0.75 t minus 11.25. Okay. So now what we'll do, you have to find out the value for a from here, that is 1. B is what? Minus 0.75. And what is c here? Minus 11.25. So here you have to get the value for t. So t is equal to, you will get two values for t. Okay, children? So what you get here, you will get a positive value and a negative value. And always we have to take time as positive. We never say in minus 3 o'clock, minus 4 o'clock. Yes, children? We always say it's a positive. The time is always positive. So you have to take the positive value. So if you are not able to take the square root directly, see in the previous case we were able to take the square root directly. Yes, 144. I know the square root of 144. But in some cases, the numbers will be bigger numbers or some numbers may be in decimals. So in that cases, you can use a method, long division method for finding the square root, which we have done in our 8th standard. Yes, we have done that in 8th standard and also we have used in our 9th standard. So you are going to do that sum. So everyone has to try out and you have to get the answer. Is it clear, children? Okay. So now let's start with the next sum. So we have completed with exercise 3.11. So now we are going to move to a new exercise, that is 3.12. And now this is 3.12. We are going to solve the problems involving quadratic equations. So a statement would be given. So we are going to solve. Just find out the statement and we are going to get the answer. Let's go for the sum. Write down exercise 3.12. Write down the first question. If the difference between a number and its reciprocal is 24 upon 5, find the number. Write down the first question. If the difference between a number and its reciprocal is 24 upon 5, find the number. Okay. Shall we start? Okay. So take down the sum. First step. Because the question is here to find out the number. So we have to know what is the number. So we don't know what is the number. So we'll say that the number be x. So I have given you hint for the third sum. So you are going to try and you have to comply your A standard. So I have told you maths is not a subject which just starts from the day, new day. You have to link everything from what you have studied from your pre-KGs. The numbers that we have learned, the addition, the subtraction that we studied in our lower classes, the multiplication, the division, the fractions. Yes, so many things we have studied in maths. So everything we have to apply in our day-to-day life. That's we have to go on applying it for our higher studies. So everything has a continuity. So you have to be, you should know everything. So we should know each and everything. So let's take the first sum. If the difference between a number and its reciprocal. So I'll take the number as x. Let the number be x. So I'm going to find out the number x. So I'm just going to take it as x. Now what will be the reciprocal of this number? Yes, the reciprocal will be 1 upon x. Let the number be x and its reciprocal be 1 upon x. Okay children, so I'll just explain to you the reciprocal by giving you some numbers. What will be the reciprocal of 5? 5 means 5 upon 1. So what is the reciprocal of 5? It will be 1 upon 5. Good. What will be the reciprocal of 2 upon 3? Yes, 3 upon 2. Okay, what will be the reciprocal of 1 upon 8? It's 8 upon 1, which can be taken as 8. So these are the reciprocals. So we have a number x. So what will be the reciprocal of a number x? The reciprocal of a number x will be 1 upon x. So now let's go for the condition that is given over there. We have a condition stating that the difference between the number and its reciprocal is 24 upon 5. So let's go for it. By the condition, x minus 1 upon x is equal to, what is the difference given to you? 24 upon 5. So 24 upon 5. So this is the condition given to you. So now what are we going to do? We are going to solve this equation and we are going to get the value of x. That is, we are going to find out the number x. Okay, let's see how to proceed our sum. So you have to cross multiply. See here children, just listen, this is an important question. This question may be asked for 2 marks. In the last year they have just changed the question. Instead of minus they asked a sum over there. So they may ask for application questions. So understand the questions carefully. So you have to read and understand. So once you are clear with one type of sum, you can just go on applying it in the other sum. If they are asking instead of minus, if they ask you plus, you can do the sum. So the last time they were asking, they said that take the sum of 2 numbers. So just keep in that mind. So applications can be asked. Okay, so now here we have x minus 1 upon x. So let's take a cross multiplication. What is x into x? X square, okay. X square minus, this is 1. So x square minus 1 upon x is equal to 24 upon 5. So what do you get here? X square minus 1 upon x is equal to 24 upon 5. Is it clear, children? X into x, x square minus 1 upon x is equal to 24 upon 5. Now again we are going to cross multiply and we are going to simplify it further. Let's see the simplification. So you get here, see, now 5 goes here. So 5, do not write 5x square minus 1. This is totally wrong way of writing. I told you this 5 is common for both x square and 1. So the use of bracket is very, very important. 5 x square minus 1 is equal to 24x. So that is 24 into x. Here no need to use the bracket because we have only one number, that is 24. So 5 into x square minus 1 is equal to 24 into x. Okay children, take down the step. Have you taken down the step? Okay, so let's go for the further simplification. So what do you get here? Let's open the bracket. So 5 into x square, 5x square. Okay, good. 5 into minus 1, minus 5 is equal to 24x. Done. Okay, so now what are we going to do? We are going to bring all the terms on one side and we are going to make RHS as 0. So let's do the change. See, so we have 24x on the RHS part. So we are going to bring this to the LHS part. So this is plus 24. When plus 24 comes to the LHS, what do you get? Minus 24, yes. So therefore, 5x square minus 24x minus 5 is here itself. So no need to do any changes. Keep it as it is. Equal to 0. Is it clear, children? I am just going to bring everything on one side. So 5x square was in the LHS part, so no need to do any changes. 5 is in the LHS part, so no need to do any changes. But 24x was on the RHS part, so we are bringing 24x to the LHS part. So plus 24 will turn to minus 24. So we know the form of quadratic expression, yes children? Yeah, it is ax square, so we need first x square term, then we need a bx term, that is x term, and then we need a constant term. So always try to arrange in the form of quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. See, I have arranged in the form of x square, then x and a constant term and 0 over here. Okay, so this is done. So now we have to find out the value for x. Now we have seen different ways of solving the quadratic equation. Yes children, what we have done, we have used completing the square method. Yes, then what we have done, we have used a formula method. Okay, then what else we have done, we have used a factorization method. Yes, so these are the three different methods which were used for finding the value of x. So it's up to you. You can use the factorization method or you can use completing the square method or you can use quadratic formula method. But I just give you a suggestion that if you use a formula method, it will be easy for you to get the answer, because sometimes what happens, if the numbers are little bigger, it is little, we get a problem in finding the factors by using T method, that is for the factorization, the normal factorization we do. But if you have any number, whether the number may be decimal or whether the number may be bigger number, and if we apply the formula method, it is easy for us to get the value for x. So I am going to apply formula method and I just give you the option that you may use any other method. That is, we have three methods. I have told you that from three you can choose any one. You have your own choice of choosing the method. Okay children? Okay. So here we are going to follow the formula method. So here, what is the formula? I'll write the formula first of all. We have to find the value for x. So x is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Okay, so I have to know the value for a, b and c. What is the value for a, children? Yes, it's 5. Good. So here, a is equal to 5, b is equal to minus 24, and what is c? C is minus 5. So just put all the values in the formula and try to simplify it. Okay, let's try to get the answer. What we get here? Okay, so let's have a form work. Factorization method will be also easy. You can use the T method and you can get the answer, but I'm just going to do the formula method, because in many cases we will use formula method, so that for decimals and everything, formula method is easy. Okay, so let me substitute the value. So x is equal to minus b, minus, so minus of minus 24 plus minus, good, b square minus 24 square minus 4 into a into c. 4 into a, what is a? 5, that is 5, okay. And what is c? Minus 5 upon 2a, 2 into a, what is a? 5, so 2 into 5. Let's simplify it further. Minus minus plus 24 plus minus square root of minus 24 the whole square. What is minus 24 the whole square? Let's see here. So 24 into 24, minus minus will become plus. So what is 24 into 24? Find out the answer. Come on, get the answer, children. Okay, so what do you get here? 4 4s are 16, 4 2s are 8, plus 1 9, 0, 8 and 4, 6, 17, 576. Yes, that's why I have already told you again and again. I say that you have written the squares up to 30. So if you know all the squares up to 30, it will be easy for you to write directly the values. Okay, so write down here 576. Okay, now let's see the next one. Minus, I have two minus, children. Minus minus. So when we have two minus sign, it turns to be positive sign. When you have only one minus sign, it will be taken as minus. But here how many minus signs are there? 2 negative. So 2 negative will make, or 2 negative will turn to be a positive. So plus 4 5s are 20, 20 5s are 100. So 576 plus 100 upon 2 5s are 10. So you get 576 plus 100. Clear, children? Okay. Now let's proceed further. So this is equal to 24 plus minus. This is very easy calculation. Is what is 576 plus 100? 676 upon 10. So we'll have a small recap of finding the square root using a long division method. I have told you that we are going to use this finding the square root using long division method for which sum? For the third sum. So for this sum I am going to use a long division method so that you get an idea of how to proceed for your homework. Okay, children, let's do this. Let's find out the square root using, what's that? Long division method. Shall I rub this part? Okay, I'll rub it. And now we are going to continue. I'm just going to find out the square root. You can find the square root in your rough column, children, or you can just find it in the corner over here, corner part over here, near your, what is that, rough column. So I'll write 676. Do you remember the method? 2, 2. That is from the last. We should go on taking 2, 2. So first 2, and here only one number is left. So 1, 76 and 6. Now what you have to do? You have to take the closest square. What is the number there? 6. What is the closest square? 1 ones are 1, 2 twos are 4, 3 threes are 9. So 9 is bigger, yes? So I can take the number 2. So how many times you would write down 2? 3 times. Yes, good. So 2, 2, 2 plus minus 4. I'll just do your minus 4. This is the method that we have already used for finding square root by division method, yes? In 3.8, I hope so. Yes, children? So same manner, okay? We are going to follow the same manner. So you get 2, 2, 2. So 3 times you have written 2. So 6 minus 4. What is 6 minus 4? It's 2. And now what you have to do? You have to just bring this 76 down. So you get here 7, 6. What is the number here? 4. And mostly what you get is you will get a perfect square. So just see the last number over here. The number is 6. So I have told you, it's no need of going on multiplying like 141 into 1, 42 into 2, 43 into 3. I have just told you. See the last number. What is the last number here? 6. So we have two choices. Yes, which number gives you 6 in the digits place? The square. I'm just talking about square. 4 fours are 16, yes? So 4 gives you 16. One more number. 6 6 gives you 36. And other numbers don't give you 6. 1 ones are is 1 in the last place. 2 twos are 4 in the last place. 3 threes are 9 in the last place. 5 fives are 25. So 5 comes. 7 sevens are 49. 9 comes. So for 6. What are the two numbers you can choose? 4 and also 6. So let's try by these two numbers. 44 into 4. 4 fours are 16. 4 fours are 16. 17. I am not getting the answer. So I'll try for one more number. 46 into 6. 6 6 are 36. 6 4s are 24. 24 plus 3, 27. Clear, children? See, I told you don't go on finding from 41 into 1, 42 into 2, 43 into 3. Just use your common knowledge. You use your mental power and you have to find out. So 6 is here, so we have to take the number 4 or you have to take the number 6. So I get the value when I take 6. So again place 6 3 times plus minus 276. So this is 52, 0. What is the square root? 26. So we have found the square root using a long division method. Yes, I hope you have just recollected what we have done in our previous classes. Yes, children? Yes, good. So now let's complete the next step. So this is equal to 24 plus minus, what is that? What is the answer for square root of 676? It's 26 upon 10. So let's simplify further. So I'll just take the value for x. So therefore, x is equal to 24 plus 26 upon 10 or x is equal to 24 minus 26 upon 10. So what is 24 plus 26? Let's do the calculation. So x is equal to 50 upon 10 or x is equal to minus 2 upon 10. So x is equal to 24 plus 26, 50. Okay, children? You know that simple calculation. 50 upon 10 or 24 minus 26. 24 minus 26, it's minus 2. Plus minus, minus. Sign of the bigger number, minus. So you have minus 2 upon 10. So what is the value for x? The value for x is equal to 5 or x is equal to minus 1 upon 5. So we have got the value for x as 5 or minus 5. So what is the required number? The required number is minus 1 by 5 or 5. Okay, children? So I'll write down here. Therefore, required number is 5 or minus 1 by 5. Okay, so this is the answer. Or. So we have got the required number. So we have found the value for x. Okay, done. So we have completed the first sum from exercise 3.12. Okay children, I would like you to give some assignments. We have completed 3.11. That's, I have already given you one homework. Yes children? Yes, one sum is a homework and you just get ready with your assignments. You may be, we may ask assignments at any time. So you have to be just ready with your assignments. Do not postpone your work. Whenever you get time, you just try to complete your assignments and keep it ready. So your assignments will be, so I hope we have done the sums. That is, we have done the solved examples from 3.1 to 3.12. Yes children? Yes. So you are going to continue from there. So you are going to start from 3.13. Just take that page. Where is 3.13? Find out. Have you found? Yeah, it's in page. We have it in page number 100 is there. 3.13, 3.12 we completed. Yes, 199. Come to page 99 children. You are going to take page 99. Your assignment is sums, that is solved example. I am just focusing on solved examples because you may just not touch the solved example. So I want you to practice the solved examples also. So we may declare a test for you. So the questions will be asked from solved examples. So you have to be thorough with your solved examples also. So for that purpose, I am making you to do the solved examples as assignment. Okay children, so you have to do, that is, you are going to start from exercise, no sorry, not exercise, it's the example. So solved example or homework, I'll write the assignment over here separately. Assignment. Shall I rub the exercise, the sums? Solved example 3.13. We have completed till 3.12, so we are just going to start from 3.13. And this is in page number 99, okay? That's from 99 to, so 3.13 you will do, 3.14 you will do, 3.15 and 16, 17, 18, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22 also you will do it, okay? I hope you have done, but again I want you to do that sum. So 21, 22, 23. So till 23. Shall I give you two more sums? Okay, 23, 24, 25, 26. So till 26. Around 13 sums. Yes? Not a big deal. You can do, yes children? Yes, you are all brilliant people. So you can do all the sums. Yes? Even though I give you many sums, even though I give you 100 sums, no, we are not going to give so much. Okay, at least 15 sums, okay? Max, we can try. Yes children? Some sums are very easy. Some sums are, okay, all the sums are easy. So you can just attempt all the sums. So try to complete, that is solved examples from 3.13 to 3.26. So what happens is, with this we complete the solved examples till exercise 3.9. Okay, so in the next time I'll just give you the solved examples from the next exercise. That is from 3.10 we can go on following. So once we complete our, when we complete this lesson, we will be completing our solved examples also. So that we will have a complete package of exercises and also the solved examples. Okay children, so I want you to complete your solved examples from 3.13 to 3.26. So we stop over here and we will continue the next sum in the next class.